The historical geology class is here at the Virginia Museum of Natural History. We are fortunate enough to have our campus in the same city as the State Natural History Museum. They're reviewing and practicing their skills at identifying fossils. That's kind of the first part in what they're struggling with right now. And then after that, they're going to kind of look back at what they were able to identify to answer some questions about how did the environment, especially in Virginia, change from the 542 million years ago when the Cambrian started to the 225 million years ago when the Permian ended, just based on what they can see. Hopefully they're going to come away and realize that with the combination of the sedimentary structures that they've studied and the fossils that they've already looked at in class, they can go out really anywhere and use that to tell things that they couldn't have before, so that when they come here and they see a dropstone, they know that in Virginia's past, it at one time was glaciated. And they see that evidence and they know what it is because they've seen it before in class. We don't happen to have any fossil deposits in the Martinsville-Henry County area, so I'm not able to take the students out into the field to experience this firsthand. But again, we're lucky enough to have this resource right here, so I can bring them here and they can experience sort of through the collections and the exhibits here the diversity of what Virginia has to present. So they're here because we've always had department chairs who've been willing to spend the money to pay the admission for the students to come, but the Martinsville-Henry County Chamber of Commerce awarded the Geology Department one of their partnerships and excellence grants to pay for the admission for the students from Patrick Henry Community College to come here for their lab opportunities. So we're really lucky to have that. Anybody has only a limited amount of resources. I'm fortunate enough that I've been around the country and have been able to collect fossils and bring them into the classroom, but I only have so much to provide to the students. When they can come here, they can see so much more. And I think when you present information, even if it's hands-on and they're picking up a fossil and they're looking at it and they're able to identify it, it means so much more when it's removed from the classroom because they see, oh, well, I don't need to know this because it's on the test, but this is something that I will actually see in the world. And that's rewarding when they come in and it's like, oh, I know that. I remember that. They remember that from class and they can apply their classroom experiences to what they're doing. And some of them, they'll come in and they'll say, I'm looking at rocks in a whole new way. And that's really what it's all about. When they're driving from here to West Virginia, when they notice a fossil-bearing rock, they can say, hey, I know what that is and I know what that means.
It's really interesting to actually see what type of fossils have existed for millions and billions of years. Sometimes when you're in class, all you're doing is just seeing what's in the book, but when you can actually visualize what the material is, it's a much better learning tool. At least it is for me.
Tell me if you need any help.